What's happening, guys? The real Napoleon here. So, are you having the stock hanger blues? Do you wish your tank looked way cooler than it does? Are you having trouble poning noobs and shooting people with amazing accuracy? All these questions can be answered and much more in this episode of How to Customize Your Hanger. Well, it's not an episode, but I get questions all the time on my live stream. Twitch.tv/TheRealNapoleon, cough cough, shameless plug. And honestly, I figured I'd just make a video and see if I could help some people out and make it easier on how to customize your stuff. So what you see here is my T72. It's got a custom skin. I also have a custom hanger. Obviously it's custom hanger. It doesn't look like the one you guys have. And I'll show you guys also how to do some custom sights. So first things first, let's go with the custom hanger. Really easy. You want to go over to live.warthunder.com and you want to find a hanger. So right here, I'm in Petronera's profile, and you'll see custom hanger Sahara 2.0, right? This is the hanger that we're looking at in my game. Once you find the hanger that you like, you want to go ahead and go to download. Download it, and we're going to go over to the folder that you have it saved in. So I actually save everything in my documents in War Thunder stuff. I'm really OCD and I like to keep things neat and organized. And you'll see hangers here. So we'll go to Hanger Sahara and it's a zip file. Double click that and open it up. And not all the hangers going to be organized this nicely, but some of the better content creators like Petra and Boris the Blade, their hangers are actually really well organized and really nicely put together, very user friendly. All you want to do is take this BLK and this content folder, right click copy, and then we're going to go into our War Thunder install directory. So I have mine quick set over here, but I'll show you guys where mine is at. So games, and I use Steam, program files. We're going to go into Steam apps. We're going to go into common, and if we scroll all the way down, we'll see War Thunder. Once you go into War Thunder, you can right click and you can paste, and you'll just paste everything right where it needs to be. So if you want to check that you've pasted it correctly, you'll see Hanger Sahara Petra, and you'll also see the content folder. There's already a content folder from the game itself, but once you paste it in here, it's actually going to add the files that are needed into the proper position anyways. Otherwise, you would go into local and add your files, yada yada yada. I've yet to have a single single hanger that I needed to go in manually. Usually you can just paste them here. Alternatively, if you go into a nice hanger like Petra's, a lot of the info that's in his description is going to have the how to install on his hanger. So obviously it says download zip file, unzip it into the right folder, say okay when it says the file already exists, open your config, and then we're going to add this line into our config. So I'll show you what that means right now. So if we go into our folder, we've already pasted everything here. We go down and we'll see config, and it's a BLK file. Open that up with Notepad, and it'll show us this right here. The line that we need to add is this right here. So hanger BLK : T equals quote hanger underscore Sahara underscore Petra. This right here is the config file for the hanger itself. You need to put it exactly how it is in your files, and make sure the capitalization and everything here. This is actually a code for the game, so make sure it's the way it is supposed to be. Now there is a caveat here. So there are two ways to do this. The way I like to do this is I will open up my launcher. I'll click the gear, make some changes, save the changes, but I'll keep the launcher open. I won't open the game. Open your config, add your change, click file, save, open your game. You should be good to go, and you should see your shiny new hanger. The other way is open your config, make your changes, save it, and when you close it, you're going to have to open up War Thunder from the aces.exe. If you're on a 64-bit system, you can go in here and you'll see aces. Or if you're in a 32-bit, you'll see aces here. Just make a shortcut to your desktop there. The only thing about doing it that way is whenever there's an update, you'll have to open up your launcher and manually update it, and you'll probably have to change your configuration back again. The launcher actually changes the config file up every now and again, so it's always good to remember how to add that line back into the thing. So once you have all that done, you can close all this stuff up, open your game, and you should be staring at your shiny new hangar. One thing to note, if you do download Petra's hangar, the tank is normally in this little repair bay area, but it's a little clustered. I don't like it, so I moved my tank over here. And then the vehicles that you see in the background will actually be quite a bit different. I will show you guys how to customize your hangar. So you got your hangar working, now you want to customize it. What you need to do is go back into your files, double click the BLK for your hangar, in this case hangar underscore Sahara underscore 2, and then you'll see the folder right here. Not all the folders are going to be organized so nicely, but this one is organized really nicely. Here you can see we can change the weather effects. We can change the time of the day. I don't recommend doing I don't recommend doing night because the hangar will be black and you won't be able to see anything. But mid-morning to midday is always a good time. Vehicle coordinates is going to be the vehicle that you are in. So for planes, it'll put them in this position. Tanks, yada, yada, yada. Hydroplanes and ships. If you're feeling adventurous, you can modify these a little bit. But I wouldn't go crazy because there's no real easy way to figure out where your vehicle is going to end up. If you do want to modify any of this stuff, do save a stock version of this file so you can just replace it. Now, if you want to you want to change the vehicles in the background vehicle, this is where it's going to be at. So, for example, I have the Yak 30s in my, my background. We can scroll down all the way over here, and if we're looking, it'll say 3 squad hunters here. And then we'll scroll down to USSR. Bam. And right here is where you change the model name, and this is all the location of the model, the rotation, the country that should be showing this model. So when I select my USSR, Yak 30s will show. Now, if you're going to add this stuff, you need to know what War Thunder calls the vehicle in its files. So I know that this is the Yak 30 as it is. Otherwise, we got the BF109 G2 here. Not all of them are exactly the same. For example, these use hyphens. The F3D uses underscores. Some of them have a model name like Fiat G91. So you're gonna have to find the CDK, the actual file name of these vehicles. The easiest way to do that is to create templates, which I'll show you when we're starting to create custom sites and custom skins. So once you have all this done, just file, save, and your game will need to be restarted to show you the new vehicles. If you put the wrong name as a background vehicle, the game will crash and it won't open. So your mileage may vary. Use this at your risk. Now, that being said, you got your hangar working. Let's make your vehicle look shiny and cool looking, right? So we're going to go back to what website? Yeah, guess it. We're going to go right back to the live website, and we're going to go and search camouflages for, who knows, maybe a T-72. So we found the Iraqi T-72M. Really cool looking camouflage. You can look and see what this is going to look like. Some camouflages are really, really bad. Some of them are really, really good. I recommend looking for ones that tell you that they're 4K DDS. This one also lists that it's semi-historical. So please, please, Gaijin, put this in the loot crates. I would love to flex on people in-game with this. But that aside, click download, and we're going to go back to... Whoa, what did I just do? I have no clue what I just did. World's best game. We're going to go back to our downloads. Boom, I'm moving file folders around like crazy. Worst YouTuber ever. So we're going to go over to documents, War Thunder stuff. We're going to go over to skins. So let's look for Iraqi T-72. Boom. Now, before we can use this, we need to create a folder from the game. So you're going to have to go into your game, and you're going to have to go to customization, and you'll see user skin right here. It'll say disabled at first. Click the magic wand and it'll create the folder that you need. Once you create that folder, you can go back, right click on your Rocky T72. Now, if you want to make sure this is the correct folder you need, click into it and it'll have all the files. So that's good. We'll right click, copy, and we want to go right back to War Thunder. I'm going to use my quick thing. I don't know what. And we're going to go to the new folder that was created called user skins. Once we go in there, we'll see templates for all the vehicles that we've created user skins for, or we're using user skins for. And you should see USSR T72. Double click there, and then we can right click and paste that folder with our files right in here. Now, once you have that file in the proper spot, you're going to have to click this little circle, update the user skins list. Boom. And then when you click the drop down, your user skin will be here. And I can actually show you that right here, for example, on my Abrams. I have 3 user skins installed. So you can see template US M1 Abrams, and then we'll see M1 A66. We'll see M1 Abrams NATO 3-tone, and we'll see the War Pig. So right now you can see the War Pig. You can see the 3-tone one right here. And we can see the M1 A66 right here. All look nice and crispy and pretty. Again, another reminder, people in the game cannot see this. So this is what everybody's seeing in game. A nice little green, boring M1 Abrams. But I get a lot of enjoyment for seeing this skin, so I like having this skin on. So that's really all there is to it for user skins. Go download some skins from the War Thunder Live Marketplace, install them. Now, there is the Gaijin Marketplace. There are skins on the Gaijin Marketplace. Any skin that's on the Marketplace, a portion of the sale goes to the person who designed that skin. So, for example, if this skin ever ended up on the Marketplace, or actually a better example, the 3-tone NATO right here, the content creator that made this skin actually gets a portion of each sale. This skin's going for $40 on the Marketplace, 40 to 50 bucks. So if you have the money, go over to the Marketplace on the Gaijin Marketplace and go support that content creator. There's another added benefit that these skins can actually be seen in game if you buy them from the Marketplace. So a word of advice, if the skin is historical or semi-historical, other people will see it. If it's fictional, the other people will have to have a setting turned on, which is not on by default. So I personally don't spend money on fictional skins, but I do have a few skins that are Marketplace skins that look really, really cool. So the last thing that I want to show you guys is how to deal with custom sites. So first things first, we want to go into a test drive for the vehicle that we're going to do the custom site for. So we'll pick our Abrams right now. And once we get into the test drive, we want to open up the options. So let's let this test drive open up. We're going to press escape. We're going to go to options, and you'll see right in the top, use alternative grid site. And this will say default grid site. You want to go down and click add grid site. The game's going to automatically add the folder that you need. Once that happens, you can go over to your folder. Well, you can go over to the website, the War Thunder Live website, and you can download the site. So I'll show you the sites that I'm using. So I'm using a site from ZRiz. It's the L7 FCS Fire Control System Pack. Download that. And we're going to go right back to, yep, you guessed it, my documents. And we're going to find that site. My documents. Stuff. This is just where I keep all my stuff. Probably be in your downloads folder. Sites. We'll see FCS L7. So the sites are just BLK files in and of themselves. So for example, if I go into FCS, keep digging into the folders, he actually has a README and some screenshots here. I go in one more time. He has his site set up really nicely with all the folders needed. But if we look in our Abrams folder, here we see the BLK files. So what you can do, even if you don't have these vehicles yet, you can actually highlight all of them, right click and copy, and then we're going to go back to our War Thunder page. We're going to go into the new user sites folder that's been created by the game. Double click that and you should see nothing. But here we have all the vehicles that I have custom sites for, which is quite a bit. A lot of these I got as packs, so I didn't actually create all these folders. But a word to the wise, you will have to create a folder for each singular vehicle that you want a custom site for. So if you're downloading sites one by one, you're going to have to go into the game, go into the options, click add site, and do this process for every single vehicle you want to, unless you get a pack that brings a lot of them. So for example, we're going to go down here and we'll find our Abrams. So US M1 Abrams. And we can see our user sites here. And I actually have a third one here. That's an older site. So once you have your user site where it needs to be, you can close up that. Go back into your options. And we're going to look at the controls real quick. Scroll all the way down. And we're going to look for reload custom site. So I have that set to Alt F9. I believe it's Alt F9 from just default. Go in and press Alt F9. Your game should stop for a second and then reload the custom site folder. And once you go in there, you can go into your options. And now you should see under alternative site all the different sites you have. So if we go to the default grid site, we'll see the default grid site right there. And then back down. Go to the FCS, and now we can see our new site. And this is actually the FCS from Zeriz, and it's a really, really nice site. So you can see it's got a little FCS overlay. If you illuminate, just certain aspects of this site illuminate, so they look really nice. And then if you pull the scroll wheel, APFSDS has its little bullet drop indicator. So if we pull a bullet drop on this right here, we know this is 750, so I can aim up a little bit. 750, and we got a hit. So we'll load heat. The next step is heat FS. You can see the bullet drop indicator has changed a little bit. Aim. We got a nice hit right there. We're going to switch to Hesh, and this is where it gets really interesting. Vehicles with Hesh. So you can see we have the bullet drop indicator here, but we have a box. Each next step actually pulls the box in so you can target capture. So if we target capture right here, now granted I know we're cheating, we already range find this. You can see we capture the box and it says 750 right there. We shoot the Hesh, we get a hit. If we go over to the other vehicles, you can see the capture is way too small for this. So if we bring it up, we'll bring it right about there. Nice hit, right? Let's go over here. We'll capture this one. Nice hit. Capture this one. Nice hit. We'll capture this one. There. That might go into the tray. A little high. And we'll just estimate this one's probably right about there. That's probably not going to hit. That did hit. But overall, you guys get the idea. A really cool way to set up your tank with a little custom site. Each one's a little bit different. I'll show you guys my German custom site actually. So that was the FCS from Zeriz. The link will be in the description for that, as well as the Hangar. If we go over to Germany, I can show you, for example, I got my Ferdinand. Now this is a Gaijin Marketplace skin. Everybody can see me stunting in my nice little skin here. And we'll go on a test drive. Now, once we get into the test drive, I'll go into the custom site, and you can see how I have a German destroyer German destroyer site. And each site works, and it's really cool looking. Well, anyways, guys, I hope this helped you guys out. I hope you've learned how to use custom sites. If you have any questions, stop by the stream, ask me some questions. Maybe I can help you out. Check me out again at twitch.tv/therealnapoleon. Link will be in the description. And if you like this, give me a thumbs up. If you hated it, give me a thumbs down. Tell me why you hated it. And hopefully I can make a little bit better content for you guys in the future. I think this was pretty good, but, you know, I might be a little biased. Anyways, guys, until next time, I'll catch you guys on the flip side. Peace!